Welcome to the 4 o'clock shadow. Held to the mighty Shadow Hawk. On a Thursday afternoon. Welcome to the 4 o'clock shadow. Hey, Shadow Hawk.
Hey, Rex, what's going on, buddy?
Been doing a little bit of cleaning. Tried to get on the Hump Day show last night, and the link wasn't any good. So I missed that, but it's all good. Ryan James has been working on what's the 6-7? What's all that, Ryan? But Ryan's been working on a Shadow Hawk and Armored Hawk piece. Here it is. A little bit of it.
Wait, Ryan, definitely good looks. To see, buddy.
He definitely bulked up the armor flyer.
Oh yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it.
And you will see.
Looks like he's putting the beat down on old Devil Flyer.
Mm-hmm. Nobody knows. Nobody knows the answer to the equation. Anyway, looking good, Ryan. Looking very good. I talked to my sister yesterday, and she passed out at a McDonald's in checkout while going somewhere. Her blood pressure was 88/45.
Oh my God, was she driving?
Well, I mean, fortunately, she was stopped there. And
well, I mean, that's what I mean, though. Was she like in the drive-thru at the time?
She was at the drive-thru, yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, geez, that's not good.
Yeah, and there was somebody else there to drive her straight to the ER, with her. I don't know if she was driving. I think she was probably driving, but she could have been in the passenger seat. I didn't really ask, but yeah, her blood pressure
well, at least there was somebody with her, though.
Yeah, she was supposed to get some. I just texted her to see if there was any. They wanted to do some further tests. She had an appointment at 1:30 today. So hopefully they'll find something out. She's had, bless her heart, meningitis and other things in the past that's been really bad, and blastoma. And I was like, well, what's that? And after she had her ovaries taken out because she had cysts on her ovaries, she had a blastoma, which a growth, if you will, or whatever. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but don't tell me mine. No, don't power save.
No. Oh, looks like we just lost Rex. It's gonna have to reboot. Looks like we lost everything. Oh no, I'm still here. Shadow once again has control of the show. I'm too tired to do anything about it. Just got home from work. Oh, good to see you, Ryan. Hopefully everything's going well with you. You're probably well into stringing up Christmas lights and decorations and all that good stuff at the park. I would imagine. Well, I imagine you probably you guys started on that right when Halloween came down. And let's see who we got in the chat so far. It's just Rex, myself, and Ryan. That's all right. It's early yet. Bitter cold here today. It was like 17 degrees when I went out for lunch with a nice northwesterly, something like that, wind blowing in. Oof, brutal. So just trying to stay warm here the last couple days. I gotta move. As soon as I get a chance to move south, I get somewhere warm. So it's all the critters. Oops, sorry guys, got distracted for a moment. Sorry about the dead silence there. Uh, dance, monkey dance, do something, Maddie. What can I say? Show you guys anything handy? Something handy. I don't know. Nothing. Um, I have nothing handy. I'm too sore. So let's see. What kind of entertaining things have I seen lately? Oh, I finally watched the Superman movie. I think I told you guys about that. It was all right. Fantastic Four, same kind of all right. Wasn't great. Wasn't terrible. Um, had some good moments. Had some eh, moments. Same thing with Superman. But overall, I enjoyed them more than I thought I would. So that's a good sign, I guess. Maybe things are moving the right direction in Hollywood. I don't know, Carrie. I don't know how much I'm going to be doing on my channel until I start feeling a little better. I'm so beat up at the end of every day with my knee now. I'm just trying to make it through January and see if I can get this damn knee replacement surgery done. I didn't want to have to do it before I could retire, but I'm gonna have to do it. So just it is what it is. I'm trying not to think about it, but when every step you take, you have to like concentrate where you place your foot. Make sure that your leg is going to hold you before you can move forward. It takes all the fun out of the day. You ever had to think literally about every step you take every day? It's fucking mind-bogglingly just annoying. Yeah, no, I know you understand, Gary. Uh, it's only been this bad for me for a little over a year. It's just I'm a very active person. I've always lived a very active life. And for me to not be able to walk without being in a massive amount of pain every step I take is just it's making me crazy. Lucky I haven't gone postal yet. But then again, I'm not a postal employee, so I deliver your mail and I deliver some lead. All right, Rex must be having trouble getting back. I think he said his computer was going off on the timeout thing, so I don't know if he had to completely reboot or what's going on there. I'm sorry, guys. I was not prepared to take over the show like that. I got nothing. Um, I don't know though, but just saying I feel good enough for Saturday. Let's go with that. Let's see what I've got in my bag of tricks. That's next up on the list for a sardine stream, and it looks like we have another new brand of fancy whole smoked oysters, and we have some beach clip. Oh, what the hell? Do I get kicked too? Am I still here? Can you guys still hear me? Like, oh man. Hello? Hello, hello? Okay, you can still hear me. Alright, so I got some fancy smoked oysters and some beach clip, just sardines in water, just regular sardines. That'll be the last two cans from the Dollar General, and then I'm going to switch gears and move up to some specialty stores, like some little Spanish places, some carnicerias, some Greek places, some Polish places. We got very diverse food and stuff around here, so I should be able to find some really cool canned meats from hopefully different parts of the world to share with you guys. So that should be fun if I can just feel good enough to get it done. That's all. But other than that, you know, down to C minus 13 at work, which is Christmas minus 13 days. 13 days left to work, and then I'm on Christmas break until January 2nd. So that'll be nice. Oh yeah, crab
Gonna be
meat's
one of
great.
those.
Yeah, you never tried crab? Oh, that's good stuff. Um, yeah, I didn't think about that. I could probably get some canned crab somewhere. I just started with like the dollar store though, and whatever they had as far as canned fish went. So I was going to go through three different dollar stores, but they just recently closed another one of my third options, and I think there's one or two left, but they're like in a bad part of town. I don't want to go down there and shop. So I'm switching gears and we're moving it up to delis and little what do you call that? International places. Yeah,
Pancakes.
so yeah, pancakes. Oh, you're back. You made it in. Where
I've
you
been
been?
here. Yeah, I've been listening to your crab talk, Krabby Patty. You know, talk. You know, but
I grabbed
oi,
once.
oi,
Once.
Carrie. As I was saying, yeah, my sister was at McDonald's and was getting a Dr. Pepper and something else to help with her. Uh, she was going somewhere, I don't know, and passed out right there at checkout. And about 45 minutes later, she wakes up in the ER. Her blood pressure was 88 over 45, very low.
Yeah, it's not good.
Not good. So she went in for more tests 1:30 today. We'll keep a checkup on her. Yeah, my screensaver decided to kick in and give
Yeah,
Shadowhawk a break to go solo and talk about crabs.
there you go.
I don't know.
Well,
It
we
just
just started talking
randomly
about
kicks in. Gonna have to look at the settings on it. I don't know.
Yeah, you have
Decides
to figure that out.
it's like I can be, using the cursor and using it now. No, no, we're gonna do what we want. Okay. Well, it pisses me off. This is why I don't like to. Anyway, Eric and Boyd, thank you. Uh, uh, yeah, I did some cleaning. Tried to get on the draw show, but that was okay. I watched some things on YouTube or did something. I'm actually watching the second season of True Blood that my sister gave me. Uh,
No,
I just
I've
needed.
never watched those. I've kind of like romantic vampires. What's up with that? And hey, Eric and Boyd,
Well, I
what's up?
mean, apparently in that world, there's shapeshifters. It's almost like Grimm in a way because it allows for like lycanthropy, werewolves and
Mm,
vampires, yeah, and
right,
shapeshifters.
right,
So, of course, I'm
right.
coming in on the second season. She bought like the second season at Hastings. I haven't watched it till now because I didn't have a computer till I took that or a TV that would play it. So I took this one here, which I was going to use as a third monitor. I don't even use the second monitor. I said, I'm going to, if this works, which I thought it did. I bought 3 that have top loading DVDs, and the DVDs have broke
Mm.
on both of them. I still have the TVs,
Oh
which could
shit.
probably be used as something, but it's that top loading DVD player I got for cheap or whatever. Apparently, I bought 3 of them, for to try
Mm.
and have a TV in most of my rooms. I've just been using one since my international DVD player gave out. Of course, I've got another international DVD player, but it's a little bit more complex and much bigger. Uh,
Uh,
this other one's quite handy. I got it for $25 shipped to me off eBay, and was about that big. For some reason, the person didn't like it. I loved it. It's like the light stays on all the time. It's like, okay, sure, whatever.
okay,
Your loss is my gain. Um,
there you go.
been watching some things today on YouTube on like what's collectible in comics, what's
Ooh.
not collectible, what's code books.
Okay.
The last few days actually, uh, off and on. But I watched quite a few of
Any
those.
uh,
Huh?
any big surprises or interesting finds or anything like that?
Well, I was interested by some of the thumbnails too. That helps. Like I have the Todd McFarlane Batman book, at least one copy of it. I know, still in polybagged, really, with the other books, because those came in like 3 packs. Uh, after the pandemic, the collectors market went um up on a lot of books, and some have come down, and some have, I guess all of them have come down a little bit, but some more than others. Some have drastically come down, and I'm just trying to get a handle on, during the convention scene. The thing that I'm watching now that I haven't is that a lot of people are buying newer books, apparently, the younger crowd, but like, uh, and the interview is done from a guy that has just come back from a couple of conventions, big conventions, and uh, uh, he deals in vintage books though, which is his own thing. One man's trash is another man's gunsmoke. Take a drink on that one, Ryan. Yeah, I get it. Um, there was a big warehouse find apparently, or bought out, and the guy is primarily on TikTok or something. Uh, and he bought,
Hmm.
get this, Shadowhawk, he bought 800,000 comics, and there were
Wow.
toys and other things. There was a magic card in there, a rare magic card that, and it was graded and signed. We didn't know who it was signed to because, the video, the guy was taking it from, it didn't give a good view of it. But
Oh,
even
okay.
not graded and signed, I mean, not signed, rare card. And it's like, yeah, that's $50,000 right there for that one card. So whatever
Damn.
he had to give for that warehouse of stuff in North, and that's where that Superman #1 came from too. That was Northern California, which I
Okay.
imagine they're like Arizona or Nevada and drier climate, so pretty good for books. You know,
Right. Right.
it's
Where they
when you get into
survive a little bit
moisture.
better.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in Louisiana and have my collection. Unless I had some,
No, yeah.
yeah, device that equalize the humidity and everything in the vault or something. um Omer folks
Yeah.
on film back booty when I showed him on Hump Day show. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Carrie did. I bet I'm not going to get into it. I just, Carrie, this over hypersexualization of things, I just don't get it. Call me an old fogey. Um, I just don't get it. You know. Uh,
What's up?
so I'm going over here to Instagram. I'm glad you kind of in a roundabout way reminded me that Carrie did a Fembat fan piece.
Yeah. Very
And
cool.
I've
Sorry, Rex,
I've just
I'm gonna have to mute in a minute. Milo Hawk's got something she wants to do here. Um, so I will be back in a minute. I'll be here, but it will just be muted for a moment.
all right. Well, check out Carrie's fan piece here real quick as you go. Bootylicious. Oh, uh, Saboteur Comics in the house. Hello.
Oh yeah, I did see that earlier. I didn't realize that was Carrie's piece. I saw it. I thought maybe Carrie was posting just something from Finbat. I didn't realize she drew that one. Nice work, Carrie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's leveling up. Like I said, I was doing some comics and I found some of my mini comics like Mars Attacks, 1 and 2, uh,
Ack, 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 ack.
back to back attack. I mean, some of them like 2-page spread. Look at that, man. Like the
Wow,
old
that's
top
cool.
trading cards. Uh,
Yeah, I somehow missed out on that whole when those first came out. I don't know how I missed them.
well, it's got a sequential story to start the thing off, and I really like this with the little boy, and he's about to eat him, picks him up. Really cool
It's a bit.
graphics in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's this one and there's this one, the second one. It goes through all 54 cards. Uh, and I have those, and then there were some of these Drake's cake, books, mini books here that I have, probably back from the 90s, in the 90s, little promo
Yeah.
books
Okay.
uh, that I had in a baggie here. I think there's a couple more in there. Uh, Stuff I think I'm not even sure where I picked it up. I've got $3 written on the bag, so I don't think I gave a bunch for these.
Hey, all right.
Uh, this
Hey,
is number
Saboteur.
2 of
All right, Dad,
4.
gonna have to mute for a minute. I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, so this might be the set I've shown before. It seems like I've got a couple in there. I just haven't had a chance to look, but they have, you know, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Hulk, and Silver Surfer as the titles with different things going on. I guess they're interlinked, but little mini comics. Those are pretty cool. Uh, one of these days, I'm going to do a mini comic. Unlike Apex Comics, it's not high on my list to do. I tried to get him and uh, Hex Allen to do, you know, all of us work on one together or something. We were uh, doing the Rex Hex and Apex, and we'll see. But Saturday on the Rex Hex and Apex show that's going to be over on Hex Allen's, we'll do it regardless. But we're slated to have Ethan Van Sciver on. And Monday on this channel, we're supposed to have Edwin Acevedo on. I hope I say his name right. Well, Edwin Buzz Acevedo, I think maybe how you say it. Uh, he got sick a couple weeks ago, and he's better now. So we'll have him on Monday on the 4 o'clock shadow. Uh, good seeing everyone. Take care as I go to go. Okay, as I gots to go. Okay, there we go. Eric and Boyd says. It's good to see Eric ever so, even if it be ever so briefly. Um, Found a 2000 May 10th, 2018, some cover designs for Silver Boa, just different cover ideals that I remember doing. This alien like piece I did, I think, on Topic List. Just a myriad of different things. I guess maybe this came with my Charlie's London's order. I can't remember because I do have other Charlie Chaplin things, but very nice sticker Charlie Chaplin there in the
Yeah, I
double.
think that one was part of the Charlie's London thing.
I think it was too. I think it was too. I'll have to put that in the box here with the rest. And I found now you've seen Deathmate Gold or Deathmate Yellow before, but and you've probably seen it on here and forgotten. But yeah, that a poly bag. I mean a thick poly bag. But the is there a special book in there with that? No, it's just all the same thing. It's got Mirage, Dr. Mirage, or the Second Life of Mirage, something like that on the back. I think it was from Valiant. But
Yeah,
yeah, the
I got
barcode,
all the I got all the
the
Death
Death
Mates
Mate.
back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't remember them coming in like a thick poly bag like this, but it's punched out where it can hang up.
The ones I got did well. I was getting them at the comic shop. You know, they were on my pull list. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, they
Were they like this?
probably died.
Were
No,
they like this?
not that
They
I
weren't.
remember. Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I thought this was kind of unusual, so I've left it in the bag. But you know, it's got spine ticks galore. You know, uh,
Yeah. Well, usually, unless they had like a trading card or something in them, they wouldn't bother to poly
oh
bag them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I had a DVD. I don't know if I've got an extra one. I think I maybe bought two of these when they were out, or maybe I haven't even opened this up. I went to the movies to see the Ninja Turtle movie. I remember with some friends, and inside here are 4 ninja masks in 4 different colors, and has the little gift set. You know, the Ultimate Blu-ray, DVD, digital HD with the characters and everything. You know.
Oh, cool.
That you got from Walmart. And it was a pretty good movie, as I remember going to. I think I've seen it a couple times. It's a fun movie. I thought it was really fun.
Was that the original one or the newer one?
Yeah, original. No, not the 80s version. No, by any
Okay.
means. This is when they look like they were on steroids. You know, that early
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
CGI, I suppose. You know.
Yeah,
Uh,
they really changed up the look on them a lot on that one.
yeah, they did. Yeah, in the faces.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, even the body too.
2014.
Yep.
2014. Can
Okay.
you believe that? It's been that long? 2014 on that movie. Wow.
Yeah.
And it comes in like a little tin here or something, the it's embossed. The Ninja Turtles there on front.
Hmm.
So that's kind of nice. Uh
Hmm.
but and I found a piece of production artwork that I'll probably photograph and put up. And I've been finding, drawings of Bog that can go in the book and other things too, other drawings and I can show you. And I had a lot of copies, or she was making copies for me years ago. I even dated the copies of like John Philande's Bog piece, and uh, here's a character that was kind of a riff, or was thinking about a villain for Devil Flyer early on, and I had wings like Devil Flyer, but so Incan, had snakes and flying little, almost like anglerfish as minions there, sort of Native American in dress with feathers and stuff. So who knows if this guy will ever show up? But in a reprint of a very small piece I did on a card of Bog, and it was done at a Dutch angle. So like on the card, it's like this. It's at a tilt. The whole scene, of him in the swamp, which I think I did a pretty good job with it at the time. It I don't like that he doesn't look enough different from Man Thing for me. He looks pretty much like Man Thing, and that's the only thing that I'm kind of disappointed with that. I had these copies made in 2018, actually dated when I uh, had them done. I guess the day after I did that piece, I had that done. Uh, some of them were on textured paper. I don't know what she was trying to show me, uh, but I kept them, and there were copies of like early. I'm trying to think that this might be the first Devil Flyer piece, and this will be in the book. Okay, we'll get that in the art book. Um, uh, first Devil Flyer, I think John drew actually, and this was taken off of that famous '60s Silver Age Carmen Infantino book with Batman and Robin on the roof. Him kind of crouching and looking down. That's where the inspiration for this one comes from. And then from this, we used that piece there, his piece, to do color guides, and hand color. I think they're in this folder here, which is buried. Of course it is. Yeah. So uh, I think these are my submissions. He also had submissions. I made enough copies for me and him. And, this is what we went with originally, which was I think he deviated from that a little bit. I wasn't sure about the beak and whatnot. I made it black, but he did something different. Of course, it's all black and white, but you had the gray, the sort of charcoal gray or black with the blue and the green, spawn like green. And
Oh yeah.
did we just did like you know colored pencils to determine, and you got a demon flyer back there in the back, which
Hmm.
don't make their appearance till the first. And this is a blow up. It kind of cuts it off here, but this was the original devil flyer here, and I only did one wing down because the pitchfork or the trident is right here, and it would just be opposite. I did the top of the wing there, but not the actual wing coming down here, just for clarity's sake.
Mm.
And if you notice, he's got a little robin cape, kind of a little robin cape there as well. Uh, but there's the original where I designed Devil Flyer
Yeah.
right there
Okay.
with the demon flyers, and you can see his face changed from the
Yeah.
original design. Uh, and I colored one. If I was going to color it, what would it look like? Well, here you go. Here's a sort of a hand colored. He did away with the cape and yeah, with the wings and everything. The trident, I guess it was a bit much, you know. Uh,
Right.
and nothing says I can't work that in later. And I gave him a little bit oversized gloves with like, um, Jack Kirby sort of chisel point claws,
Mm-hmm. Kind of
like he
claw type.
did for
Yeah.
Black Panther and his run on Black Panther. I always thought that
Mm-hmm.
was cool for like if you want to climb buildings or something. I just like that little chisel
Mm-hmm.
point. That's so Kirby, and you don't see that in any other character, I don't guess, unless it's a Kirby character. And he
Yeah.
kind of gave him more claws, sharpie claws when he drew him. Um, Here were some other concepts color concepts we did back in 2018 that I did. These are actually my different iterations. Uh, always kind of sticking with the green trident, I think. Not always. You'll see some differences here, but and I thought this looked a little Robin Hood. I've actually got these numbered too. That was number one that I did. Uh, the first iteration. Let's see. Actually, the one we went with, the closest, is number 6 by me. And the way I
Well,
remember it is we both agreed that that was the one we would go with. And but John remembers it differently. I thought we both picked the same one and agreed, okay, that's what it would be, for the color and different cover and stuff. Here was my second
right.
iteration, almost like Robin Hood, brown and green. Because you got to work these things out ahead of time, right? How you going to color what that makes a difference, right? Uh,
Well, sure. Yeah.
Superman would look different in green, you know?
Yeah. Or purple.
Or do I color the wings? Like here, I didn't color the wings. I didn't really color the wings there. On this one, I did a little bit more on the background. I tried to do the moon and really, put the smoke back here in the brickwork. If you see on the first one, did the
Oh, yeah.
shadow and the
Well,
smoke
cityscape there in
behind
the
it.
back.
And on later ones, I didn't do that much. I focused mainly on the costume. Um, Although I didn't totally forsake it. Um,
I got you.
Here's the third one I did. And I tried different background colors too, like this one, like blue, but
Night
more
Eric.
basic.
Hope I didn't miss you too long ago. Ah, shit. It's been a while.
And this is kind of like a red violet with purple, I guess, with little blue highlights and the gray like wings, um, with a sort of a black. Uh, he's almost got the trident like a little fireplace poker. Really, it's too small. Really. Uh, and then here's one
It's like
going with the
a
fiery theme.
it's like a cocktail fork.
It's like a cocktail fork. Yeah, exactly. Or something you'd spear a cherry, a maraschino cherry
Yeah,
with or
yeah.
something.
Or a
Yeah.
little shrimp or something.
A little shrimp on the Barbie. Yes. Uh, and some are weirder than others. I went with a black wing motif with purple and yellow.
Ah, that's
The
kind of
beak,
cool.
the
Got a little
beak was
Wolverine
always a.
feel going on. Going.
What is it?
So it's got a little bit of a Wolverine feeling going on to it there with the blue and yellow.
Okay. Well, it looks like blue to you because that's my, but it's actually purple.
Oh, Oh
If
well,
I
it
back
looks
it
better.
away, you might even get to see the purplish look to it. But yeah, I don't know what it is. It's my Windows 7. It just doesn't give you true colors,
Yeah.
on some of the red range. And then here's the
Mm-hmm.
last one here, number 7. I did 7. I think he did 5, and we picked from those. I kind of used markers on this one. Again, sort of with the red and the burnt, like singed wings, sort of a dark angel
Right.
type thing, iteration of it. But I also found a piece
Oh,
of production artwork that I'll probably be putting up for sale from the third appearance of the Punisher. This was probably done for the Marvel hardback. What do you call those? Marvel, annuals that or the reprints, but they're hardbacks that they've been doing since the 80s. You
so
remember
you have to go with the calm. Yeah,
Marvel
I don't know.
something
They call them
treasuries or
legends or treasure. It's not treasuries.
yeah. Well, this is
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're.
king size annual Spider-Man annual number 4. This is page 9 from 1975. Of course, this is newer production artwork, and it's done for the archives, the reprinted archives for Marvel.
Mm,
And
mm, mm.
but yeah, this is the third appearance drawn by Ross Andrew of the Punisher. It was in a Spidey
Oh, cool.
annual, and these are acetates with the
Color separations.
well, it's got the art on one and it's got the dialogue on another. Now sometimes it can have some of the dialogue on the art page. I don't know why. And mostly it's sound effects. If it does that,
Yeah.
it's part of the art. But yeah, it's some type of thing they did, And there's
Mm.
there's gray, there's black and white and gray ones like this too, uh, that were used for the essential books, you know the Marvel
Ah,
Essential
okay.
books that were all in black and
Hmm.
white.
Right,
I
right.
have a ton of those. But yeah, I found a lot of different bog things, and uh, I have so many different bog uh, drawings, that I've done over the years. We probably can't squeeze it all in, so I'll pick from the best and maybe some of them that are just quirky.
Like,
Like this will definitely be in this. This is a cover ideal. I actually distressed this paper, wadded it up, continue, many
yeah.
times to break up the fibers and everything. Even dipped it in tea and coffee, I think, if I remember right, to stain it sort of brown.
Nah.
Uh,
Following Tree Goblins advice, eh?
Yeah, dip it in. Yeah. So this was like a distress cover
Yeah,
ideal
but now where
for
you gonna
the,
put your top?
and I only had one G because I spelled it BOG for the longest. And Doc Blaylock really, said, convinced me maybe I need to just spell it BOGG for copyright purposes. So I did. It says in this issue,
Well,
everyone dies underneath the Ditko box because you can see Bog there up in the Ditko box. But little things like this will make it
you
into the
keep it
art
for a
book.
while. I wouldn't.
Here's some more here. See, there's one. It's different things, like this one I did in marker. Probably trying out some Copics. Uh, Here's one where he's got roots. I thought I'd try roots on his feet, which is very wild. This is a sort of different type bog there with a pumpkin guy. Said you make me laugh. And actually found some letters that I did in marker and or cut out, and then I did the marker. I think on them. I'm not exactly sure, but did the letters, and I'll make sure these make it into the book. Little logo. I don't know that I have a good reason why Bog's name is just spelled Bogg, except for copyright purposes, besides the traditional Bog. Well, I've got a ways to go. Uncovered here all the 52 books. I bought the 52 trade paperbacks since I couldn't really afford to get all the floppies, and I was hearing buzz, and this is the original 52, not the new 52. And I've actually sat down and I've read all these, although it's been over a decade because I was at my old apartment at the time, the old building I used to live in that was built in the late 1800s.
That's cool. Ooh, hey, check
What are we
this out.
checking?
Ooh, move your stuff for a minute, baby. All right, you can put it right back. Wow, god damn it, never mind. Got my camera turned around. I can't do nothing about it right now. Oh well. I was going to show you my
Okay.
new living room table that Mama Hawk brought home today while she was on
Oh,
her day off.
we would
Yeah,
like to say
it's
we
nice.
would
But,
like to see that.
well, I would like to show you, but right now my
Mhm.
camera's fucked up and I can't do anything about it. Let me see if I can.
So you got a new coffee room table? How'd she get it home? Especially in the snow.
And Middle Hawk went and grabbed it and threw it in the back of the Jeep.
Okay.
Okay, here
Um,
we go. I got my camera. I think I got the camera fixed here. There we go.
uh,
Oh, great.
is it
What am I
a
looking at?
glass table?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's glass top. It's like
Okay.
beveled.
Hmm.
Can't get my camera to work right. But and then it's got underneath.
Like
I don't know if you
metal
can see that
legs?
very well, but no, it's a wood frame with it's got
Uh-huh.
little like uh stoppers on the glass here, to separate the glass from the wood. But it's got like
Yeah.
little granite inlays that
Oh
in
wow.
between the wood is like granite underneath there. This little thing is heavy, dude.
Oh, I bet it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I was surprised the girls managed it, man. I was like, wow, that's a lot heavier than I expected it to be.
Well, you train them
Because
up good.
yeah, they're
All those
hardworking
sessions
ladies.
going out and urinating on the back porch and doing
Mm-hmm.
push-ups and jumping jacks paid off.
Chasing squirrels up trees and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Uh, Looks like Shadowhawk's camera is
Hey,
drunk,
Hex.
said Alan. Hey, Hex Alan. Uh,
Yeah, I was confused as to what I was looking at.
yeah,
It
we
looked
should
all
have,
new.
like I say, we should have Ethan Van Sciver on the Rex Hex and
Oh,
Apex show over there on Saturday at 11 a.m. on Hex's channel. Um, uh,
yeah, that's great.
how's the weather
Nice,
been
nice
there where
snag,
you're
Hex.
at? Because we got like a little bit freezing drizzle, uh, and it's
Where
supposed
I'm
to
at?
snow tonight here. I don't know how much.
Mm.
At least that was the
Yeah, no,
last.
we got another. Was a few days back. We got over the weekend. We got another. I don't know, about 3 to 4 inches or something like that. And then it hasn't snowed again. Well, it kind of lightly snowed, but nothing significant. But the bottom has dropped out of the temperatures, man. We've been in like the 20s and the teens, all the way down to single digits at night. It's been cold.
Wow.
So
Well,
anything that is ice is still ice. It hasn't melted,
yeah.
So
Well, the good thing
there's
is it's
one
been
whole side.
above freezing during the day here. Uh,
Oh
Not too
no, yeah,
high.
dude,
The highs
we
maybe low 40s, but
oh
usually in
yeah,
the
I
yeah.
I think the highest we got today was like 24, something like that.
Woo! I
It
don't
was
see
like
how
it
y'all
was
see Yowza
it
couldn't
was
do that.
was
He would probably seize up on the sidewalk and freeze to death.
yeah, It was like
You know, as
13 when
much
I
as you
got to
talk
work
about
this
hating
morning.
to get around in it, his whole body just, if he gets too cold, it just, he has muscle spasms and just balls up in a fetal position. I've seen him do it.
That's not good.
And he's always double layered. If he's dressed, and he may even go to bed that way. The only time he would is maybe take a double shirt or something off thick is to bathe, and that's it. I mean, he's always. It would burn me out. I would melt. I would be a pool of sweat. If I had to wear what he wore all the time. But
I don't mind layering up. It's cozy.
well, no, if you don't have a lot of
I'd
body
rather be
fat,
warm than cold.
don't. If you
Well,
don't have
yeah,
a lot
but
of body
I
fat,
don't have no body fat, so I get cold
yeah,
quick.
right. I mean, people probably yell at you on the street and go, "Toothpick sighting," when you turn sideways to look and he disappeared. Where'd he go? Because you're so thin. Anyway, uh,
Just
I will.
never been
I
fat.
will. I will
Always.
not laugh at your deformities anymore. I'm sorry. Um, if you,
Nothing. Never had any complaints, my friend.
I know you'll have women calling you up pretty soon. It was really cool to talk to Shadow Hawk after the show. I decided to cut the show short to about an hour yesterday so that I and Shadow Hawk could kind of catch up and we, when you and I banter back and forth, so often that is even more funnier than on the show. You know,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I think we both needed that. That was a pretty good laugh.
Sorry you couldn't be there, folks. But yeah, yeah. Sometimes you got to keep it just between friends.
Yeah, exactly. Hex Allen says heat is life, cold is death. Yeah, the way I
Yes,
look
I
at it,
agree completely.
you can't always warm up, or you can always warm up. You can always put on like I have these nice crocheted blankets that my grandmother made that are still in use today, and they will keep you very warm along with a nice throw that I have. Um, you can always bundle up and get warm, but you can't always cool down. So um,
Well, I mean,
but yeah, during this time of the year, I like to bundle up and just, it'd be nice to just stay in bed all day long, which,
yeah, I got me a new memory foam mattress topper for my bed.
Mhm.
Came in yesterday and had it all fluffed up and stuff. So last night was my first night sleeping on it. That was so nice, man. So much warmer than because I'm in the north facing wall where our bedroom's at. So when the wind comes off that lake, man, it's screaming right up against that wall. It gets cold in that room, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I take every little thing I can get to get me cozier.
Apparently, you haven't got any insulation in that wall. I have seen
It's
that happen.
dude, it's a 1860 something brick house. The walls are
Oh
only like fucking 5 inches thick. They're as
yeah,
thick as the brick. That's it.
it's something because like those businesses down Main Street. I used to know the fire chief here in town.
Hmm.
Went to church with him, and there was a building down there on Union, which runs parallel with Main Street, burned down. It didn't touch, and they're all
Oh,
connected. I am one of the few, maybe one of only two buildings that weren't connected to any other building. And even it used to be connected to another building, and I think it burned. So
oh wow.
where that building used to be, was where I used to park my vehicles and where the people that occupy that building now still park. I think the city probably owns that, you know.
Oh, okay.
They're not
Hmm.
gonna do anything with it. It's right there next to the railroad tracks. So, um, but yeah, there's like 15 feet. There's like 15 inches of insulation in some of those old buildings. He says it supersedes the fire code even of today in
Oh
most of those
wow, well,
buildings.
that's
So
pretty
I'm
cool.
kind of surprised that the houses weren't the same way, in a way.
Hey,
Uh,
LLC.
hey, Elsie. Um, yeah, I pray for my sister. You know, she passed out yesterday, and her blood level was 88 over 45, very low. So
Yeah,
hopefully she went to the hospital again, and hopefully she will get some tests ran and will feel better soon. I'm hoping. She's
sounds like
still looking.
they need to dial in her. I'm assuming she's diabetic, right? You said her blood sugar was low.
Um, don't think she's diabetic, but she's got her kidneys are failing. I mean, you know, that's
Oh,
why I
oh, oh,
offered
oh.
mine if I was compatible, but she doesn't want to go through all that due to the her having meningitis and other and that blastoma that they took out that was behind her ovaries, which turned out to be when they removed all that, it turned out to be a blessing because it exposed that blastoma, and that's what I was saying before my computer monitor gave out on me. It was the size of a grapefruit. Now think how big
Nope.
that was. That's pretty
Nah,
big,
I, what the hell is a blastoma? Is it like a tumor?
like a
What
tumor
is that?
like thing, yeah. And
Okay,
and apparently
I
they're
never heard that
almost
term
uh,
before.
they're almost always cancers, or they will turn that way given enough time. So really, that probably saved her
Oh,
life. You know,
yeah, yeah. Good thing they
especially being
caught
that
that. Yeah.
big. Of course, I've seen some small grapefruits, but even a small grapefruit is pretty big. You know,
Yeah, true. I mean, big as a
yeah,
baseball.
yeah. It's
Anyway,
amazing that you wouldn't feel that, but it's tucked in. You know, up in
I mean,
there.
I guess if it was probably kind of squishy, you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I'm just guessing, but that's
yeah. And you
probably
don't
why
want to
it's
perforate
not like,
that and get that in your bloodstream when trying to remove it either. You have to be real careful with those stuff like that, you know.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably bad if something
Yeah.
like that happened.
But yeah, hopefully I'll hear from her later today. I did text her and before the show and ask her if there were any new information from the and on my way home. Uh, yes, she's asking me if I'm on my show. Uh, Yeah, so she's on her way home. I thought by showtime she might be ready to leave, you know, and but you know how it
Well,
is.
that's
They
good.
run tests. It may be 2 or 3 days or a week before they ever get back with any results.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the way it always goes.
And they're probably just going to modify her medicine, you know. Susie had a goiter the size of a coffee cup removed from her throat. Yeah.
Goiter.
I think I remember
Ooh,
that vaguely swelling or whatever, seeing her with that almost egg-shaped, goiter. I don't know if I ever saw that or not. I can't remember, but,
no, what causes that? Is that just like a skin condition? I never knew what caused those.
you know,
I've seen a goiter.
as long as it doesn't restrict your breathing, often I remember when I was a kid, there was a man, you know, when it's a kid, you're like, "Freak!" Okay, not maybe not that much, but you can't help but look, right? Because 'Cause you're
Right,
curious,
right, yeah.
right? Like birthmarks, severe
Hmm.
birthmarks. I knew one guy that was like all red and you know even puffy in that area. You know, um,
Right.
and I've got a friend. I don't know what they call it, but it's almost like gigantism with the features, and she's all blown up, and she's been that way ever since I've known her. You know, from since high school. But um,
That's
can't
medulla
help but be
something.
curious, but, yeah, there was one
Tail
guy
organ.
had a big goiter on there, and you can also get that from spider bites. There was a guy that was bit on the neck by a brown recluse, and it swollen up, and I think it remained swollen even after they treated him for the bite. He's lucky to have been alive.
Mhm.
Almost like if you get a snake bit in your neck, that's your major blood area.
Well, the thing
You
about brown recluses is their venom is
hell
what do they
are
call
they?
it, narcotoxic. It actually destroys the skin and tissue. So the longer you leave it untreated, the more tissue and stuff gets destroyed by it. It just eats your shit at the cellular level.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, hey
That's
RJ,
bad.
call sign Orion is still live on Kickstarter. He says absolutely. Uh,
Hell
go
yeah.
check go check that out. I backed the book when it was on Fund My Comic. It looks like great sci-fi adventure, much like Quantum Age Comics' Nephilim Squadron, although different. I don't think he has the alien beings that like Nephilim Squadron that Hex Allen puts in his book. But it does have that Top Gun sort of space, spaceship flying adventure, armor and
Mhm.
all that
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah,
guns. Yeah.
yeah.
His is
Very
one of the
cool.
few books that I backed this year and am looking forward to getting. With some
Nice.
that might be the first Luke Stone artwork that I've gotten actually, except for I think when I was in Atlanta, back in April, Blaylock gave me Pariah Blood and Mud with the Luke Stone variant cover because I had bought
Yeah, it
Doc.
looks good, dude. It's
The only
like,
one I didn't
yeah,
get was the Jim O'Reilly cover. So
yeah.
Luke Stone trucking almost 50% done with inks. Cool.
Yeah.
I
Luke's been
believe
doing
the ink
nice work,
is
man.
what comes to life. I mean, that's when you set it in stone, unless you're just going to go for a penciled version, which I really like that. On that one campaign we looked at where they had a pencil version of the whole issue.
Hmm.
That's cool. I
Well, Billy
wish we would
Tucci did
more.
yeah, Billy Tucci did one a couple campaigns back. It's called the Raw Edition, and it was just his pencils with no inks over the top. It's fucking gorgeous, dude.
Well, remember George Perez back in the day did several issues of New
Fucking
Teen
dude.
Titans and even one of their annual or sometimes just the cover and would color over it with colored pens or whatever markers probably
Hmm.
without inking so you get that gray underbase with the colors. It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
yeah. I liked it. Um, Tomorrow
yeah. It was
on
kind of,
Feature
it was
Friday,
different.
it was different, and that's what I like. I like different. Let's don't do the same old same old. Let's do different. From time to time. And mix it up. And show comics can be more than just funny books. You know, um, or some. Let's expand the artistic arts with comics. Because I think it's a unique forum. I think whereas like horror books are very hard to do, Shadowhawk, uh, for the jump scares and different things like that to actually scare people. Um, I think though that there's certain things that comics do better than anything, in storytelling, or can, if done rightly. Tomorrow on Feature Friday, we'll be talking Todd McFarlane, the Todd Father in comics. So we'll be taking a look at some of his Spawn stuff, Spider Man, I'm sure, Wolverine, you whatever, we'll be
That
talking
even
about
had a little run on the Hulk there for a while.
maybe even looking at some Todd McFarlane toys too. Um,
Cool.
he had a
I got a
run on
bunch of
what?
those. Well,
He had a
I
run on
can't
what?
get to them right now. He what?
He had a run on what?
The Incredible Hulk. Well, Hulk
Oh
was
yeah,
Joe
he
Fixit.
blew the Hulk up like the New York, like the Goodyear blimp. He was a big Hulk. He
Uh,
was a bloated Hulk.
okay.
I mean, he
I
was.
liked him when I liked him his version of the Gray Hulk when he was doing Joe Fixit. I thought he was cool.
Yeah, I mean, I bought. I don't know if I bought every issue that Todd McFarlane did on Hulk, but I bought some of that. I may have bought all of it when he, because I mean,
I got
when
most of
artists
it. I
get
don't know if I
hot,
got it all. But,
yeah, I mean, I don't know if I did either, but when if you really like an artist, you'll get most of what they do. But
mm,
I mean, when an artist get hot, and this was back in the day when an artist get hot, I mean, let's face it, by the time he was started Spider-Man #1, remember with the platinum edition or silver edition?
oh yeah,
The
yeah. Well, yeah. By then he was, already exploding.
Yeah, and I think
Um,
correct me if I'm wrong, I think on that Spider-Man #1, they printed like 6,000,000. It was a bunch.
yeah, it was. Yeah, it's a ridiculous number, dude. There's so many of those out there. And then,
Todd
of course, there were variant covers, and I mean, there's God knows how many variants there were, and it's yeah, just insane.
Well, I know
But
that
then,
there
but it
was
was the
a
'90s. Everything was exploding.
yeah, there was a lesser direct, but there was that platinum edition too. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know if they did anything different from the regular edition than what was on newsstands, because newsstands were probably still around, but they were starting to really slim out by that time, because that was what? Was it late 80s or was it early 90s?
When Todd was doing, yeah, no, it was probably later '80s, 88 maybe.
It
No,
didn't
no,
take
not that late.
long for now,
Eight,
you
probably
said
maybe
around your
83,
area,
84, somewhere in there.
you said that newsstands didn't go out for you, but around here they went out very quickly. Um, of
Well,
course,
we had a few that hung around for like a couple of years. Like a couple of the drugstores, local drugstores would still have the spinner rack in there. But I mean, it got to the point where you would go back and check the spinner rack, and it was just what all the same stuff was there from the last time, and nothing new was coming. And that's when I knew the end was near, because there's nothing new filling up these spinner racks anymore. It's just what I left behind the last time.
Mike Walters in the house. Hey, Mike, I will be on the
Well, Mike,
mic stand the 21st, first day of winter with Mike again. And when is Sabrina doing her? Sabrina is going to do one with Mike if she hasn't already. She was due
the
to be
teenage
on
witch.
Mike's.
No,
No, Sabrina
what?
that
Oh,
comes on my late shows with,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know who Sabrina is.
yeah,
I was
you
just
know who I'm
teasing.
talking. Here is that YouTube, a little short, less than 15 minutes, 14 minutes and something. Uh, talks about the 800,000 books found, and it's interesting as he's flipping. I mean, he's got pallets. Think about that. 800,000, that's not far off the mark of 1,000,000 books. That is like Mile High Comics level stuff. And whereas most of it's newer stuff, they do have some vintage, even going back to the Silver Age in there. I don't
All
know
right,
who
do the
owned
math
that
real quick,
stuff.
Rex. How many long boxes is that?
He had a bunch of long. Well, I mean, this might have been diamond overages, but if it was, there was older stuff. There was long boxes. There was toys. There was McFarlane toys. Some of that might have been sports related because he did do those like baseball and other things too.
Okay, yeah.
I think I might
Now,
even
some
had a
people
couple of
collect,
those in my.
everything. I knew guys that collected sports stuff, comic stuff, all kinds of shit. Like
Well, like
they
I
made
said,
me
on
look
that
like
one
a
card
biker.
alone, that guy probably recouped a lot of his money because he sold that thing probably for about $50,000. The one card, and then there was another thing he made bank on, like the cards, the magic cards. He probably made several thousands of dollars off the cards, just dumping the cards, that were found. And some of them graded.
Yeah.
That they even had graded books in that thing. And not all of them were just duds. They were, they had some pretty good graded books. So got
Cool, man.
it's a good informative. I didn't realize that thing, and that affects the market. I mean, let's face it. I think his title to that is "Nothing is Rare." What is it? Dealer finds 800,000 comics in warehouse. Uh, Warehouse find viral video shows unbelievable collection. But he also did
Wow.
one about nothing is really rare.
You,
Uh, it I that guy's going to make out like a bandit in the long run. He just is. He's probably making money just on his TikTok clicks for that.
well,
He's
sure, but I mean, the whole thing with comics though is, dude, it if somebody wants to buy them like bulk, then you're not going to get what they're worth. So you gotta, sell them slow over time to collectors to really get what you got. Get your money's worth.
Mike says that Sabrina is scheduled for Sunday the 7th. Okay, well I'll make a note of that and try and show up and watch that. That should be fun. Uh, and
Hang on to your head, Mike.
Ryan James says nothing beats skateboarding to the 7-Eleven, buying a Slurpee, playing a video game, and buying a comic book. Uh,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
yeah,
I
good
remember those
times.
days.
We never had
Pockets
a
full of
to
candy
this
and
day we've
a
never
couple of
had a
pounds.
7-Eleven. Uh, but
Really?
now I have a lot of the Slurpee superhero
Did you have a
cups.
stop and go?
I think we maybe do now or something, but
I know
not
they used
back.
to be big down south. Stop and go used to be big.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta, in the early 30s, we were only like 33,000 people. Now we're about 80,000 here. In the 70s, when the Slurpee cups had all the DC and like, I think starting in
Mm-hmm.
1973, they started the DC superheroes and Marvel superheroes on Slurpee cups. And I would see the commercials on TV and go, oh man, I would love to go get an icy or Slurpee because we didn't have anything like that around here. Not even at McDonald's. You can
Yeah.
go to McDonald's now and get a frozen Coke or a cherry Coke or whatever they have. Sometimes
Oh yeah,
blueberry,
yeah.
but back then you couldn't get anything around here. We just got a Dunkin' Donuts not too long ago, about a year ago or so,
Oh,
and it's no good really. It's not doing the business, and I predict it'll go out of business.
really? Wow. It's kind of
Now I went
surprising.
there and supported them one day, but yeah, their selection compared to Krispy Kreme was nothing. They had one little case
Really?
with a few donuts. Now, granted, I went later in the day. They were probably glad to see me, to go pick up a dozen donuts. But, I just wanted to try them and compare them to Krispy Kreme because I think the day before
Now,
I went to
is
Krispy
your
Kreme.
Dunkin' a straight up Dunkin' Donuts, or do they do the sandwiches and iced coffees and all that shit?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I've only been in there that once, and I really don't know. Didn't it?
Ah,
Didn't
because
check it out
most of
that
them now are
much.
doing like they do little croissant breakfast sandwiches, in the
Ooh,
morning,
they
or
might do that.
they've got croissants, they got biscuits, and they've got English muffins. So you got your three choices of whatever your preferred bread is, and then you can get a little egg and cheese omelet with ham or bacon.
I
Um,
know. I know
and they
the
got
people
they got
working
pretty
in
good
there when I
coffee
went
at
in
Dunkin'.
there, and he was the guy that was training the girl. Both of them were from India. They were Indian.
But,
Maybe all three of them
oh,
because there was.
come in, Sahib. Would you like a
Come
donut?
inside. Oh, Saeed. Oh, would you like a donut?
Or bring in your small dog bandit too.
Would you like a pig in a blanket?
Well,
Yeah,
you must try the courage coffee. It is wonderful.
it was major. It was really eye opening to go to Atlanta back in April and see a lot of Orientals all over town, a lot of Indians from India. I mean, there was quite a mixture there.
Okay.
But yeah,
I
where I
thought
was,
Atlanta
of
was
course,
most. I thought Atlanta was mostly black folks at this point.
I saw black folks, but there was, and it depended on where you went. Like where I went was not the most posh area because, like I said, Xavier, he went to a and did around an $11 million home. I mean,
Damn.
this thing was immense and very ritzy. 11 million. You can't imagine. You could you could have a fleet of cars and probably park them in the garage.
Oh,
You
dude. I told you the stories before. I used to hang out with the son of a fucking Exxon executive. So when they had the Exxon Tiger in to make
know,
commercials and shit back in the fucking 80s and early
put a
90s,
tiger in your
there was a
tank.
there was a cage in my
Mhm.
buddy's basement. That's where they kept him. When they brought him into town for shoots, they brought him over to this guy's house and they took him down in the basement. They had a freezer full of just steaks and shit. His parents would leave for like weeks at a time and leave the house just to my buddy. We were like 18, 19. And we'd fucking just have massive parties, empty out the freezers. He had a hot tub and a pool. It was insane.
Look at this wonderful Ryan James artwork. I don't know if you noticed that back there or not,
Woo-hoo.
but yeah,
Look at that. So I'm
that's
talking
his.
about my sweet baby. I need to
That's.
see a sweet baby book. I think she could carry her own book, right?
I think she could too. You know, I was going to
Or
talk
even
about
the
that.
other girl, the one we were talking about last night. What's her name?
Okay, I'll show
Midnight?
you a
Not no,
picture.
not Midnight,
Happen to
but
have a picture right here. Shadow's Kiss. I think you're referring to
Shadow's
this
Kiss.
character right
Yeah,
here.
that's she is. I think she
Yeah.
could even carry her own title, dude. She's
Hmm.
interesting enough. She's got a good design.
Uh-huh.
She's sexy. Sexy.
Shadow was on Exxon's, and that's with two X's, Pale Rider. Of course, you got two R's
Mhm.
in Rider. What's up with that? Um,
So that's a
Shadow
pale
was
red.
an Exxon's executive son's dealer confirmed.
Possibly.
I agree. Why spend $11 million
I'm
on a
not
house? I would
confirming
never need a
anything,
house like
pale
that.
redder, but that may have been how I met him.
Now, right here, we've had Pale Rider chime in, we've had Dr. Mass chime in, and
Oh, hell, Dr. Man.
our counter is showing one or two people. It's who knows?
Well,
This counter is not working. They are downgrading us.
yeah,
I've noticed recently. They have been
it's
downgraded.
either YouTube or StreamYard, one or the other. Every time I turn around, StreamYard is changing things up, and then
Hmm.
YouTube is doing weird things. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to start our own, like,
Format.
yeah, like a whole nother, what do you call it? Like a
Platform.
server or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, platform, dude,
You think we're
where you
smart
can
enough
just
to
say,
do that? Come on, man.
"Nah, we ain't smart enough." I know I'm not.
Your
We'll have to
counter
pay
says
somebody.
5. Okay. Well, mine finally went up to 4. Finally. Um, I don't know. I don't trust YouTube numbers. I have been downgraded like 165, 167 views on one stream. You know, it was up to the one of my highest 3 something, and then next day, shoom, you know, they took back massively off that one.
Right. Jay
Great
Cody,
cloudy
Jay
day in the
says,
house. I try
yeah,
not to
he
pay
says guys
attention
got
on
to pay
counter, but it's
attention, but
hard
it's
for me.
hard. Yeah, I know. That's because you're always
I
hoping
think
to have,
thank
a
you.
good crowd.
Yeah, if you've not hit that like button, hit the like button. If you've not hit the subscribe button, please think about
Man, that like
subscribing.
button. Hit it like it owes you money.
Yeah, I'm showing 13 on the counter. I just checked it. Yeah, I mean, I usually go over to YouTube Studio afterwards and see the actual count because what you see on YouTube
Mm.
should be like 20 less than what you actually are going to eventually get, and
Oh yeah,
they
dude, that's that,
sometimes
right?
even downgrade that a little bit. Like, say it says, "Oh, you
And
got
then
60 views." I come back
yeah, and
a
then
few
two
hours
days,
later,
two
"Oh,
days
I got
later.
40 views."
Yeah,
You know?
I don't trust any of those numbers. It
Yeah,
seems like it's very random to me the way they do shit. It's,
yeah,
they're not really counting. I mean, and if they are, they're counting in some weird. They got some rules for how they count. I don't know.
yeah. Like, I think the rules are under the heading "Screw you." You're never going to get monetized in any big way.
Yeah,
Something I don't
it,
know.
it's
You're never
basically
going to.
under that big umbrella called terms of service. And oh, you violated it, and now you're fucked.
Oh, we are back up into the total nosebleed section again. That's good to see. They base it on 28 days, and yeah, we're over 2007K views, and we're almost up to 650 on watch time hours, and that's new
Nice.
territory in both those categories. So very good.
All right.
Um,
Okay. Good deal. Well,
Yesterday
then
was a
how can we
shorter one.
possibly?
Usually, when I do just an hour show, I don't get very many good views. But now the people that watched on a duration for over 18 minutes, and that's quite high, actually. I think our highest has been
Mhm.
about 35 minutes, which is excellent. Do you see me right now? I
Yeah.
came back to the screen and it's totally black on my side.
Yeah. I can still see you.
Oh, you can?
Oh,
Okay. Well, I clicked
yeah.
back to
You're
myself. Now I can see myself. I guess my camera's
okay.
like going, screw you! Screw you, Rex! I don't know. But
I, I don't like your new software, Rex. I'm not
yeah.
playing nice.
Dr. Mask, you're still here. Get with me over on Instagram or Facebook under Rex Christian. If you do Facebook
Hell, Dr.
or
Mask,
text
I can't
messages
wait to
right
review this book, brother. Can't wait
now.
for that
Get with
thing to
me
come.
and we will get you on before the end of December if you want to come back on, and we'll talk about the book and review the campaign, see what you've added new, and try and get you a few more backers, hopefully, by the end of it.
Yeah,
Open
you never
invitation.
know. I might even end up backing again.
There you go.
I, I'm kind of crazy like that sometimes, Dr. Mask.
Yeah. And I'm glad that in the last week we've gotten
Smiling
a
face.
couple of new backers on my campaign, and we're only $184 away from our next stretch goal. And I believe we'll make that, and hopefully we can go on and get at least one more stretch goal in there. I'd love to do the Lady Hopper and Hopper stickers. If I don't, those will probably be exclusive stickers uh for the I might I might do a couple exclusive stickers for the sticker book, but you'd have to buy the sticker book, which is only $10, I think, with free shipping right now, domestic shipping. I've got 3 items right now: the Devil Flyer acrylic standee for free shipping. So I think that's only $15. I haven't looked in a while, and there's one other thing that has free shipping on it right now. I mean, I've had it up for months, but I'll probably have it up to the end of the campaign. You know, most of the people that are going to back are, if they back those, they're committed. I think um, when is your Aparo show? That would be fun. Um, yeah, we could do that too. Double it up on a feature Friday. We're doing Todd McFarlane, and Jim Aparo is not this Friday because we're doing Todd McFarlane, but we're doing Jim Aparo on the 12th. So Check your calendar, Dr. Mask. And then after Jim Aparo on the 19th, we're doing Dave Stevens. And then to round out the year on the day after Christmas on the 26th, we're doing the guy that kind of his art style got me into comics and made me a reader by happenstance, really, but loved his stuff, George Perez. So Jim Aparo will be not this week, but next week. Uh, and I've already got that
Yeah,
show set
wow.
up.
Well, you put my boy off. Damn
Who we putting off?
it. Jim Aparo. I love Jim Aparo.
He's next week after Todd McFarlane. Todd McFarlane's tomorrow.
Ah, well,
You're
I
lucky
guess
I
I
got him
can.
in this
Yeah,
year. There's still a lot of artists that we have not
for
even
Todd,
touched.
I can. For Todd, I can let it go.
Okay. All right. Hey, Jim.
Come on,
We're
though.
doing
Jim
we're
Aparo
doing
is.
Jim
There's
Aparo before we
I
do
love
George
his Batman
Perez, and
stuff.
he's one of my greatest of all
All
time.
right, well,
You know,
okay.
where does
I'm
Jim
just saying,
Aparo
I
rank
love
up
him.
to? Where does Jim Aparo rank up for you in artists?
Oh, he's not like one of my top guys, but if you go specifically Batman, like I really love his Batman stuff. I always like somehow or another every time he was working on Batman, I would find those issues, and
Hmm.
I've got
Yeah.
a ton of Aparo Batman in my collection, and I love his Batman work.
The first Tim Drake is one that's actually pretty undervalued, I think. That George Perez drew,
Oh well,
like
yeah,
like Batman Year
probably.
Three. I think he was doing those Batman Year Three issues back in the day.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Back in the
um,
day.
yeah. Tim Drake made his first appearance in that. Um, that was on one of the
Mm.
shows I watched recently. Yeah, he is one of my top
Yeah, okay.
Batman artists, Doctor Mask. Um, So would he rank up in your top 20 comic artists, you think? Or where would he rank for you?
Like I said, in the general, category of top artists, like of all time, I don't know if he would break the top 20 or not. He'd be in the top 50. Like I said,
Wow.
he's one of my favorite Batman artists. So,
50. That would cover a lot of territories.
well, dude, I
There's
was
no
not,
denying
I,
this.
I was not a picky collector. Anything that looked good to me that I liked, I would pick up and read. And if it had a good
Yeah.
artist on it, then you can guarantee I was going to pick it up. So,
Well,
I
to
mean,
me, he's
my
one of the
tastes
greatest
are
of all time.
everywhere.
One that I enjoy more than probably any other artist. Although, I mean, it depends. Like I say, I kind of like his early to mid work more than his later, more refined stuff where it all kind of looked. I mean, now he might have did some more adventuresome layouts. I will say this: he's in a very elite club. I think, like Kurt Swan back in the '60s, he drew all the Legion of Superhero characters. Of course, even back then there wasn't as many as there are now. But
Hmm.
Keith Giffen, Mike Grail, all did Legion of Superheroes. They have a lot of characters,
Yeah.
and George Perez is one of those that can do a lot of characters. John Byrne can do a lot of characters. He drew that on X-Men and
Oh
Fantastic
yeah,
Four and
but
other things.
Perez was. I
Uh,
mean, that dude was the master of like the double
yeah,
cover, double page spread with like every fucking character in the universe in there. Fucking Perez was
yeah.
so good at that.
Hey, I'll tell you another one, and you might not think of it, but and you got to really have a love for comics and characters and getting all those little obscure. The more the characters, the more you like to draw them. Alex Ross, he tries to squeeze in a lot of obscure characters, and you name it. He does a lot of characters in his stuff, in some of his stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, Roskin. Yeah, well, and he's got such a crazy style too. Which see that like for
Yeah,
me, dude, it's easier to kind of categorize like favorite artists. Okay, I go X Men, Spider Man, Wolverine. You know, if I go title by title and divide it that way, it's easier for me because otherwise, there's so many guys that I like that I just can't even
Yeah.
put together a list in my head. It's like all these names are just. So for me, it's like Aparo is like, yeah, he's one of my top Batman artists of all time. I love his Batman stuff. So I mean, I don't know where that puts him in the general list, but
Well, like here is an early Perez cover here. I think with Joe Sennett. I think this is Perez. He even did the Fantastic Four heads up there in a circle. This was during like his
pretty.
first run on Fantastic Four. I'm not sure if he had more than one run, but man, fantastic stuff. And another example of his is here when he did Justice League. Um, he had a good run on Justice League that I really loved. This one having the All Star Squadron 16-page preview in it. I love this issue. I'm not even sure I have this issue anymore. A lot of the Justice League Perez stuff is just gone, and I had to replace it, and I have not yet replaced it. Maybe an issue here or there. The ultimate origin of Red Tornado in this issue, though, also. So this is a really good issue. Love Perez stuff. It'd be DC or Marvel stuff. Of course, the big artist on Crisis, right? Can't wait to get to Perez and just see more Perez. Uh, he also did, I think it was Legacy issue 6 cover, which was a wraparound cover. Let me if I can find that here real quick. I know I had that up here. It's just insane work that it's so many characters and there's so much there to see. It's hard to see uh, exactly all the characters in it. I do have that book though, and it is a very impressive. Here's a Perez action comic cover and interior.
There and open that window because that window is open every day. That sun comes pouring. Yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry, Rick. I got kicked again. I'm gonna get going, bro. Sorry, it's been a busy evening around here, and I've been very distracted. Hello.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
yes. I said, all right.
Okay. I didn't hear you until just now. Hey, well, love you
Yeah,
guys. I'm
you can
sorry.
say bye to the chat. Yeah.
Yes. Goodbye, chat. I sorry. I'm a little scrambled today, man. It's been a long day. Everybody have a great night. Love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you, Rex, as always.
All right. Take care,
Love you, my
champ.
friend. Have a good night, buddy.
You too. Take care. Uh, yeah, Alex Ross really did some wonderful work. I don't know if any of you have collected it, but on uh, Immortal Hulk covers. I've not even seen this. I have went back and gotten some of the trade paperbacks, and then I started collecting it because I didn't have a lot of money at the time. I was kind of I had a good comic shop that had like these. You could pick them up in the back issue bin later. Although Immortal Hulk, people were picking it up at the time. There wasn't that many, and they would disappear even out of the dollar bin, and they discount a lot. They wind up going out of business. But I love this red. I don't know if he's supposed to be hot metal or mercury or what, but absorbing man. I always thought he was a great absorbing Hulk, absorbing man uh, villain. Of course, he started out in the Hulk. I mean, I'm sorry, Thor, but I think he's mixed it up with the Hulk uh, so many times. Uh, To me, he's like one of Hulk's main, maybe more so than Thor in my mind. I didn't catch those like Silver Age appearances where he went up against Thor. Um, but I think he makes a great fool with uh, the ball and chain and all that. Going up against the Hulk and can absorb into different things. And they've just done some great stories like that one that I mentioned where he reaches out as he's falling in a construction site and he touches a piece of glass and goes, "Oh no," and hits the bottom and shatters. And then they dump him off. Or sometime like they had a fight with the Avengers and he gets in the water and kind of dissipates. Well, then later he washes up on Easter Island and Hulk is on Easter Island and they battle on Easter Island. I mean, that's such a great couple of stories where Absorbing Man goes. Of course, Absorbing Man, just such a neat power. I really hated it when he didn't get that much play in the. I thought it was kind of a weak suck. Uh, Krell, Crusher Krell, Absorbing Man. If you really want to see a pretty good Absorbing Man, the one in Shield, the TV series, was pretty good. That did it for me. That actually was a better. Here's another George Perez and cover from back in the early '80s. He always gave a lot of play to a lesser known character, Red Tornado. True origin of Red Tornado here. Let's see if I'm not. Here's that legacy piece right here. It is sort of a crisis legacies connected cover. So it's like two books, I think, that connect. Maybe even wraparound connection. I don't really know. Uh but yeah, the level of detail and how many DC characters is in this thing is remarkable. Check this out. And of course this is the black and white. It is done up in color. You have the anti-monitor back there. Of course, his huge head, you know him. You can see Superman pretty good there, but Hawkman up there and so many different others, Black Adam on black there. It's pretty easy to pick out, but so many different characters. I mean, right above Black Adam, all the way off to the right, you just see a leg, you know, of a character. You don't even get to see the whole character. It's just amazing work. Amazing detail. I wonder how long it took him to do a piece like this. And this was one of the latter, you know, works that he did toward the end of his life. Now, maybe years before his death, but one of the latter works. Legacy, for the most part, had painted covers and was a beautiful DC series. If you don't have any of the Legacy books, you, from one on up, they're all good. Good night, everyone. Sorry, just tired, getting punchy. I would have knocked you out. Just saying. Just saying. Just a joke. Trip over my own, bum. Just trying to get. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Kevin Wolf, I think, has been uh, showing some of the. He always shows some great stuff over there when it comes to comics. Like, well, I'll just show you. And I will even get his thing. If you're not following him, you should probably follow him over there on X. I will drop his link in the chat if it will allow me here. Damn it. Everything's slow for some reason. There you go. And he features comics stuff on comics. Master Kung Fu here. He's got a Miss Fury original Black Fury piece from strip from page from 1941. Here's Claw the Unconquered from 1976. How do I know that? Because the DC bullet is right in the middle of the book on the top banner. They only did that in 1976, bicentennial year. Uh, Claw the Unconquered didn't run more than about a dozen issues, if that many. An old Flash here, Robot Hunter. Here's an old Batman. My brother, I'll just click on this one so you can see it. Brother Power the Geek, which was, one of those short ran 1968, probably 67, 68 books. It says hashtag Joe Simon. So Joe Simon, rare cover there. Jack Kirby, Love Problems and Advice Illustrated. Wow. Of course, he and Joe Simon, the 1956, he and Joe Simon both pioneered in 1947 with Young Romance for DC Comics, the romance comic. An old Catman comics here. He often has a little Nemo, which was way ahead of its time. Planet Comics, Pep Comics here with an early Archie, another Charlton, a Bunny, Kroll, just different. There's an Adam Hughes, Wonder Woman, an old Ross Andrews Wonder Woman from the 60s with Mike Esposito on the inks. Marvel 2 and 1. Here's another one of those Perez that I've just adored and loved. About 1981, or around that time, early 80s, for these Perez. Uh, just love to see his interpretation of, you know, some of these characters. But he's been running some of those. This shows you there's a weird War Tales. I don't know if that looks like G.I. Robot back there, but it's not. Alan Weiss, that's an artist you don't really hear about that much, but he does strips like Flash Gordon, Tarzan. Here's Mike Grell, Tarzan. Gil Kane, Starhawks from 1978. Ernie Chan Conan for 1979. I mean, just different things. John Romita Sr. from 1979 on Spider Man. Um, another Black Fury, another early Archie from Pep Comics. Uh, just good stuff, man. You know, that's a Mike Nasser cover there. Here's an artist that looked a lot like with Joe Rubenstein on the inks. As a matter of fact, Swamp Thing in this issue, uh, they had brought back in the late 70s, and I think it was canceled again in 1978 with the DC implosion. Um, Challenger the Unknown, but Mike Nasser was kind of like a Neil Adams styled artist. His stuff looked like Neil Adams a lot. He was pretty good there for a minute in the late 70s and just got out of comics, I guess, disappeared. Another one that would go on to do and is still in comics is Bill Sienkiewicz. He was the same way. Although I think out of the two, mimicking uh, probably Mike Nasser was the closest to the Neil Adams, at least for my money. Of course, there's only limited things that I can look at to compare that with, and both both mimic sort of the Neil Adams style, uh, quite nicely. Um, yeah, Kevin Wolf, he's over there on X and it's got some good stuff. I mean, look at that Wonder Woman cover, Ross Andrew, solid artist for sure. Yeah. Um, yeah, with creatures like this, I love that. Wonder Woman's title just never has really, only in the early 80s when they kind of renewed her did I start reading it and kind of got into it a little bit. Wonder Woman's just, for me, it's been, here's another George Perez. I think I missed this one back in the day. If I do, I just don't remember getting it. Death is in the cards. I don't remember this one getting this one. Uh, issue 194. I must have missed this one. Either that or just have totally forgot about it. It's been so many years, you know, 45 years ago or more. Um, but yeah, he's got a little bit of everything. Nice Adolf Hitler cover here by Joe Kubert. Weird War Tales. The dictator lives again? Question mark. The mystery and the madness of weird war tales. Yeah, cool stuff. There's a swastika cover from Fight Comics back in the 40s with one of Shadowhawk's cousins, a vulture there. Love these Animal Man covers by Brian Bolland. Very cool. War of the Gods book there. Nice, probably Dick Sprang. I'm not sure on the older artists. Probably a Dick Sprang, Batman, Joker cover. Very cool. It's hard to believe at one time I owned a Batman #7 and he posted the original artwork to this cover. I think this was the first monthly book. Yeah, it says now monthly down there. I actually did some research. This was the first monthly, and I actually have the not the original artwork like this piece here, but I have production artwork from the Jack Adler collection to this werewolf cover. There's your werewolf representation, Shadow. Um, yeah, this is the first monthly, where I think it went down, the price went down, and so that was different, and it was the first monthly. No logo here, of course, on the original artwork, which even obscured the werewolf's face even more, even though it was all shadowed out. Kind of an odd choice, really. He just has, so many great things. I've got a couple of was it Champion Sports? Maybe #1 in the Adler collection of this. I forget. I think it was Champion Sports, which was really wild. And yeah, this was Captain Atom in Charlton Bullseye. They did Charlton Bullseye in a magazine in the mid '70s, and then around the same time they came out with their this title, Charlton Bullseye. And in the very first one, they had the Question and Blue Beetle, and I picked it up. And then they went to a funny animal. I took it on a book by book basis. #6. The issue before this was the first appearance of Thunder Bunny. I picked that one up. Captain Atom, I was familiar with, and I picked this up. Anything superhero, and they had some good stuff. Dan Reed on the artwork here. Good series. Highly recommend it. You can get, man, look at those fingers. Look at that. Gil Kane all the way on that. That thumb, those fingers, they look so funky, all inked by him, of course. There's Gil Kane on Captain Action, which was also toy line in the late 60s, mid to late 60s here. But this was one that was canceled. They had two big cancellations, DC, that I know of. That was, look at that, Adam Hughes. Back in around 68 and then in 78, a decade later, they had another one. So, I mean, comics have went up and down. And really right now we're coming off, doing the research that I've been doing recently on watching some of the collectible things on YouTube. Um, during the pandemic, after the pandemic there for a couple years, we had a surge, in collectibles and not only comics, but magic card, different card, Pokemon cards, vinyl records, things that people used to enjoy back in the day. They had more time in their hands. They were working at home more, and they've gotten more into collecting. Now a lot of that is leveled down, leveled out as people went back to work and whatnot. But I imagine that we picked up a few collectors that we lost there for a while, and I think that's a pretty cool thing. Wonder Woman, the character is cool, but her comics have zero appeal. The the same can be said for all the DC heroes except Batman. Yeah, I mean, George Perez's Wonder Woman might have been pretty cool. Run to have. I think he did a wonderfully graphic like designed Wonder Woman run, and those tend to retain their value. I know Ross Andrew, who was my Spider-Man artist after he came in after Gil Kane, the first Spider-Man I bought, and I bought a lot with Ross Andrew, whether I wanted it or not. You know, um, he wasn't my favorite artist by any means. Here's a Ross Andrew Wonder Woman there. Just does not appeal to me. In fact, you got Wonder Girl and you got like Wonder Baby or whatever. I think Wonder Girl, they were like at first concept that was not a separate character, but that was like a younger Wonder Woman. Kind of intriguing. What if Wonder Woman was younger? How was she, her adventures when she was younger? I think that was the original impetus for that character, but it became a separate character, joining Teen Titans in the 60s and being sort of her own entity. I could be wrong about that. I'm not really up on my Wonder Woman lore, nor do I want to be. I suppose, I hate to say that it's a comic just for girls by any means, but yeah, maybe to a certain degree. That's true. Um, here's a great Jim Aparo cover. He did a lot of the adventure comics type stuff. Love these later adventure comics in the early 80s. Of course, this is issue 461, I think that says. And it would run 503 issues in its original run, and then they brought the title back. I don't think it should have ever been canceled. Um, this one advertising you could be in the new Superman movie contest. But nice Jim Aparo cover. One reason I like these to go back and get these adventure comics from this time, because I didn't get them the dollar comics that didn't have any ads. Uh, in adventure comics, I'm surprised I didn't pick up more of them. I was more of a Marvel guy, and I think when it comes to collectible, I think on resale you got to go with Marvel in most cases. You just do. Marvels and back issue bins continue to sell where a lot of books from DC and other publishers just don't. On average, I think people are more interested in the Marvel back issues. Um, but there's some good things to be mined from the DC stuff as well, for sure. I mean, I have friends that are primarily, DC people, you know. Um, John and Dave. They're both DC guys, and I was a Marvel guy, and I still don't regret my decision. I think Marvel's more superior, but now I like JSA here in Adventure Comics. JSA is always, sort of the Justice League before the Justice League, the Golden Age Justice League, if you would. They're Justice Society of America. You got a Dead Man story in here, which is intriguing too. And you got the Wonder Girl going up against Wonder Woman in this one. So they're pretty cool with the Flash. So it's an anthology. You get a smattering of stuff in adventure comics. I always liked adventure comics because it harkened back to, or could harken back and be an anthology book like that to the Golden Age. You know, but apparently they probably didn't not Sergeant Rock. What do you mean not Sergeant Rock? What's that mean? What does that mean? You're riffing on something I said, I'm sure, but or maybe you're riffing on what he said that has zero appeal to a lot of people. Sorry, Sergeant Rock and the war books have zero appeal. Unless they got dinosaurs or stuff, which are a lot of the Ross Andrew things that I collect from back in the day, back in the 60s. Uh, War books don't really do it for me. Westerns don't do it for me. Um, you're an anomaly. You were the one kid buying the westerns in the war that nobody else wanted. Then I don't want to say nobody else, but you know what I mean. I was more of a superhero guy, and I think most other people were as well. Um, but I get it. Superheroes don't always do it for me. I've got this Joe Kubert Weird War Tale as well as I know you do too. I love this cover. This is an awesome cover by Joe Kubert. I love this Yeti style gorilla, whatever it is, killing the soldiers and collecting their helmets and part of their uniform there slung over his back. I love that. It shows enough human intelligence to be, to kind of keep a trophy. Um, the abominable weapon. So I guess maybe the Nazis, maybe use I want to say a Nazi hunter, but that wouldn't be right. Nazi predator. But he has a lot, and another war book that you probably read back in the day, Elsie, was Black Hawk. Black Hawk was one. You know, that you might have read. And back issues of Black Hawk, and I know, when it comes to production artwork, I had some Portuguese production artwork of Black Hawk covers from the 60s, and those sold for me very quickly. To one collector, he bought them all. Um, Sometimes you get a collector like that, he likes all of it. I want all of them, every one of them. Nothing wrong with that. You're out there trying to make it sell. Uh, I like to collect like artists that I like in different publications too, like the Comics Journal here. Here's not if you're like, man, John Byrne and Terry Austin was the pinnacle of X-Men, maybe comics. Yeah, then you got like different Comics Journal, like you got a Byrne cover here, you got maybe Wizard magazines around that time, or other magazines on comics, Hero or Fan or something, that you can find additional material that's may even be more obscure. And with the articles, if you like reading, of course, now we have YouTube. I think it's kind of expedient. But then, are there any, you know, who's editing? Who's verifying that what they're saying on YouTube is true? I love this from J.G. Jones. This is really cool. Look at that. Love the size different. The knockouts. Looks like a Giganta type character. Beautifully rendered. That is cool. Codename Knockout from Vertigo. I haven't even really seen that Vertigo title. That's cool. I bought a few Vertigo titles just simply out of collectability. Can't say that I really read them. It was common, each to his own. Yeah. Wonder Woman book. Yeah. What were you doing tonight, bro? I'm definitely calling my sister and seeing if she's okay. I don't know. I'm kind of weary. Might get together with you. We might do a short draw stream tonight. I don't know. Uh, I'll get back. I'll get with you later on that. Uh, I do want to keep my views up and what not for sure. I, st- I, s- I still say that as time goes by, more and more, I think I have a greater and greater and greater and much greater for his sense of design and just his cool covers during the Bronze Age. Um, Gil Kane. I mean, look how much he just puts into one cover. Not always, and especially, and he inked this himself, with a flare pen. Um, so he did ink some of his, draw and ink some of his stuff, but most of the time for Marvel, he penciled and someone else inked it. And fortunately, he got a lot of good inkers, or they can ink him well, his style. But Gil Kane's got to be one of my favorites, and he just keeps growing and growing and growing. I think he did some of the greatest Bronze Age covers for Marvel, and that's another thing. You can go on if you're. I think it's a Go Collect is the site. Go Collect. You can Google that, and you can get like different stats. You know, is Golden Age up or is it down? Is Bronze Age, has it come up or down? How about Silver Age or Modern Age, Copper Age, um, or modern books? Are they up or down? It will tell you that. You know, um, that helps you chart a course on maybe what you want, not necessarily to collect, but maybe the priority that you want to collect in, right? You want to collect, ooh, I better get that Teen Titans set. It's going up. Or maybe I can hold off on that Teen Titans set because it seems to be cold now. Of course, winds of change, things can, when it comes to collecting, can change very quickly, right? Now, sometimes it's good to wait and see, and sometimes it's not. You wait and see, you might miss out. You might have to wind up paying thousands of dollars needlessly, or hundreds, you know. Um, but like COVID, it gave a jump to a bunch of collectibles there for 2.5 years, whatever. And now it's kind of come down. And some are dangerously low, even dropping to levels before COVID. Say a book was $50, COVID it went up to 150, and now it may be down to 40. Even pre-code, on eBay or something, you might be able to get, a high grade copy of something that is really, there's deals out there if you know what you're looking for. And that's what I'm saying. Do your research, look around, and don't, learn to negotiate if you get out and about, and also look at stuff. LZ, if you want me to, I can give you a call after the show here. Touch base. I think I tried, but didn't get through. But and didn't have time before, or didn't take time. Sorry, before the show. We might do something later. I don't know. I want to keep on trucking. I am paying for StreamYard, by the way, and it's getting ready to run out. And but I've got 20 free hours, and then what I do after that, I don't know. Might go with what, like Luke Death Metal Heroes using, maybe a little restream, maybe try a few other things. I don't know. It's, but yeah, I'm going to get back to it, and hopefully we'll have a wonderful Thursday. We'll see you maybe later tonight. I definitely got some more sketch cards, and I'd like to start uh, a new full size page for a story. So maybe I'll do that tonight. I don't know. But till then, keep collecting, and we will see you later.